Hello, I'm Gary Johnson, Yeovil Town Football Club manager, with the end product of a fantastic week for us, and to have the trophy in front of our supporters here in the town centre is a very proud moment for us. And I thank the players and I thank the supporters, and here it is. This is what it was all about.
A week before the big day against Stevenage, Yeovil took up residence at the Belfry Golf Centre, home of the Ryder Cup, giving them the chance to focus on the forthcoming events.
Gary, can you explain to the viewers, why you decided to come here?
Well, the first thing is, it was somebody asked us, do you think it would be a nice idea, in which case they would sponsor it, which was very, very nice. And we said yes, it'd be a great idea, because 3 days in our training programme to spend it here, along with, obviously not just the golf, but with the training facilities at Aston Villa, we just felt it'd be a great chance to fill in the 15 days that we had from our last league game, and it was important to keep their minds and their bodies very active. So this was a great place to do that.
What have you been doing since you've been here?
Well, there's a fantastic leisure facility here, so the saunas and massages, and they've been pampered as far as that's concerned. We had a fantastic game of a round of golf on Sunday afternoon on one of the courses here at the Belfry, which is a great experience for some of us. And we've been training at Bodymoor Heath, which is Aston Villa's training ground, to do our work. So we've been doing a bit of everything, and as you can see, the facilities and the food and everything is A1 preparation, and that's what we have to do, make sure that we're prepared better than everybody else.
Since you've been in the final, have you had a lot of old mates catching up with you?
Yeah, Graham Taylor, to name but one, and name drop him, but obviously I worked with Graham for 3 years at Watford, and we've made contact. Funny enough, he impressed me with the knowledge of Yeovil that he had and the way we've played this year, and he's obviously kept an interest, and we're grateful to him for allowing us to train at his Bodymoor Heath training ground, which is just up the road, and he's wished us all the best.
What does it mean now that you're this close to playing the actual game? What does it mean, the FA Trophy final?
It means a great deal. It's you can have fun getting to the final, but some people say just getting there is enough, but it's not. You've actually got to win the day. You can't just enjoy the day, because you don't enjoy the day if you've lost. And I've been trying to put that to the boys. A couple of them have been to trophy finals and lost, so they'll know. I'll make sure they give a speech to the boys. If you get to a final, you've got to, at the end of the day, you've got to win it, and that's what we're out to do.
My name's Terry Skiverton, and basically we just come down to the Belfry. It's been a magnificent experience for us. I'm not the best golfer in the world, but it's been very good. We've enjoyed it, and to be fair, it's for a club that's in the conference. We are really preparing like a Premier League team. It's been magnificent for us so far, and I'm just looking forward to the final now, because last night we had a meeting with a psychologist who's been with us all season, and it's been really getting us focused for this game, and getting us really up for it, and it's been magnificent so far.
Tell us about the squad. Who are the jokers in the pack?
Well, I'll give you a little example. I think Terry Skiverton was on the green, and the manager's hit a golf shot. And as you all know in golf, if you don't really know where your ball's going, it's going towards someone, you shout 4. Terry didn't receive a 4 shout, and the ball came onto the green. And although he didn't actually know it was a gaffer's ball, he actually picked it up and threw it into the bunker.
And then all of a sudden I see the gaffer hitting out of the bunker, so I've gone, oh no. And I told a few of the boys about it, and then afterwards Tom White says, would anybody like to say anything? So I'm sitting there thinking, what's he talking about? And then he told the gaffer what happened, because we're both centre-halves, and Tom's been out of recently. So the things people do to get into the cup final squad, I was definitely panicking because the gaffer had a little bit of the ump, but he laughed it off, and it was all good fun.
A short distance away is Bodymoor Heath, Aston Villa's training ground. A chance to check up on the fitness and readiness of the players ahead of Sunday's big match. There seems an air of confidence amongst the main players.
Yeah, some goals in the bag for you, are there?
Yeah, hopefully. If we can get lucky to cross a few, we should be all right. Fingers crossed.
Now, I kind of recognise this fella.
Where's the big man? Where's the big man? Hey, where's...
Graham Taylor, Villa's former England manager, was Gary Johnson's boss when they were together at Watford. Their friendship has continued, but has he any help to give?
Maybe a couple of words of advice for Gary?
I'm not too certain that I can give anyone who went from being academy director at Watford to the national coach at Latvia I can't see what advice I can give him. I think he knows it. He knows what's required. It's like everything, isn't it? You know, it's a big, big thing that people are leading up to a cup final event, and I suppose it's like it. You know, everything. At the end of the day, you win. However you win, it's great, and if you lose, I'm afraid you feel like it's the end of the world. But the one thing you know, it's not.
And so off to Villa Park, and a chance for the players to have a look round this Premier League club's ground. It's an early chance to experience the luxury of the visitors' dressing room in a Premiership ground. Hey, this is mine.
Where you feel comfortable.
These surroundings could be intimidating for some, but Yeovil's sports psychologist was ready for that.
All right, because when you get here, when you come down that hall, there's a lot of history in this place. You've got to walk down this place like you own it, okay? That you own this building when you step into it. All right, none of this, you know, oh, look at this place, the amazing big Premiership club. When you get here on Sunday, you own this deal, okay?
Talking over and a chance to have a look round the actual grounds, get a feel of the turf and dream of what might be on Sunday.
Come to the end, just fall off and bang, and carry on going.
Well, here we are, Villa Park, in preparation for our final. Which the club deserves, and we're very, very proud to be here. It's a fantastic Premier League stadium, and I'm sure come the day we'll be ready. We're doing our visualisation here today. I'm visualising what I'm hoping to see, and but my main visualisation is to hold that Umbro trophy up for our supporters and our football club.
So Chris, what do you think of Villa Park?
It's not too bad, is it? It's lovely. It's big, but hopefully we're settling down now and looking around, and yeah, it'll be fine for the day. So it's good coming now, rather than seeing it on the day, and then now we know how we're feeling and we want to go out there and play well. So.
You sound excited already.
Well, yeah, I don't want to be too excited just yet because all my energy will get burnt up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's a big day for the club and a big day for the fans. So it should be good, and hopefully we'll win and bring the trophy back.
From the goalkeeper's perspective, looking around here, you know, what's the sight lines like?
Oh, it's good. It's nice. It'd be weird because you don't really take into account the stands and stuff. So you just see the pitch, and then, like on the odd occasion, you look up and you think, oh God. But you just gotta. It's just a football pitch, so just play your football.
And what about Stevenage? I don't think too many people have mentioned them today. Are you concentrating on them yet?
Well, I don't really like to. Like, a striker's a striker, and like everyone can play football. So you just gotta accept them and respect them. So. Big
day for everybody, obviously, but for you, you've got lots of family coming?
Yeah, lots of family, yeah. Like, I'm from Yeovil, and know like a lot of the crowd, practically all of them probably, so it's good, yeah. Being a local boy, I'm only 20 as well, so it's nice to be playing
What's even better, you're going to get a new... Yeah. What's even better, you're going to get a new suit out of all this, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, yeah, I've only got one as well, so it should be nice and measured as well, so, and a nice shirt and tie as well.
Okay, I'm Adam Stansford. I'm here in the interview room, visualising man of the match after the game scored and taking the interviews in.
And can you make that dream come true?
Definitely, yeah. Gonna.
Tell us your story, because I've spoken to you about this before, but how long ago were you playing non-league?
5 months ago. I was playing once a week and training once a week for Elmo in the Screwfix Direct Western League and working 9 to 5 in a circuit board factory. And now, hopefully, I'm going to be sat here after the game on Sunday, getting the man of the match.
You pinching yourself at the moment?
I pinch myself every day, so I can't believe I'm not actually doing it for a living. It's like been a dream all my life.
And now I should imagine all you want is to get on with it, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got a few days now. We've been at the Belfry for the past few days and that, and a bit of a leisure thing, but now I've got a few days back training, just at the ground and a day off, so I just want to get there now.
why you decided to dress the window?
Well, I just want to join in the spirit of things, really, and there's a competition for the best dress window, and good luck Yeovil, really.
Have you had much response of people?
Yeah, we've sold lots of wigs and confetti and green and white hairspray, all sorts, yeah.
So green is the colour in Yeovil this week?
Definitely, yeah.
Right, the two Margarets.
Yes.
So what made you decide to do this beautiful window?
Well, we thought we'd support the Yeovil town. They're our local football heroes. We just do our little bit to support the town. You've only got to look at the other shops and see they've all been decorated.
So everybody's very proud and getting behind the team?
Oh, I think so.
Yes, we are.
Can you sum up the mood in the town now, ever since the team have been in the final?
It's been on a high and it's gradually raising up, and it'll be full pitch for Sunday.
How many do you reckon that you're going to be taking up to Villa Park?
I would think somewhere about 13,000.
And how many coaches does that compare to?
Oh, well, we've got 28, just a supporters club, with its coaches going from all the pubs and all the different places around town. There's no coaches to be had, there's no minibuses. We've still got 3 in hand, but they're coming from Devon.
Are you going to Villa Park on Sunday?
I hope so. If I don't, I shall be there either on the radio or something like that. Imagination I've got. Just like that. 87 years old, not bad, is it?
Yeah, they'll win, definitely.
Why'd you say that?
Because they're best around there.
It's the workers. Top people.
What about the workers?
You record. Serve me or not?
That's all right.
Come and buy the last remaining hat.
It's a nice morning. Time for a leisurely stroll to pick up their big day suits. Very smart.
Get changed in here and then just come out and the next 5 go in, right? So the suits are in there or behind the ties or something. There you go.
Some preferred the changing rooms. But others didn't have the time to wait.
Has somebody done Francis's tie?
Speaking of which, how should you wear your tie?
Hey, you don't get many gaffers about there.
Well, Carla's perhaps the most experienced player in the squad. You know, does this make it really feel like the big occasion, getting dressed up?
Yeah, that's true. Now we're all getting geared up for it now. Everyone's come down here today to get fitted for the new suits. Just looking forward to the occasion now.
Do you think it's important to present the right image on the big day?
Yeah, definitely. You know, the club done well for us, to be fair. They brought us down here for new suits and that, but I think once we get to there, you know, all this camaraderie, so to speak, we go out the window. We're there to do a job. Don't get me wrong, it'd be a great day out for the supporters, but we're going there to win the trophy. And
I suppose at the moment, the one or two of you sweating on whether you're going to be in the starting team.
Yeah, that's true. We've got a great squad here. Obviously, there'll be disappointments, but everyone will rally around and hopefully do the best for the club.
How much will it mean to you to be in the team and perhaps score that winning goal?
Oh, it'll be unbelievable. It'll be the pinnacle of my career, I think. I've already got a loser's medal. I'm going back there to get a winner's medal, hopefully.
You've no interest in a loser's medal?
No, none at all. None at all. We're going there to get a result.
In the time we spent with you just the last couple of days, nobody's really mentioned that S word, Stevenage. Just a few thoughts about them?
Very good side. They've lost the manager, Paul Fairclough, this season, who I rate very highly. Been unfortunate there, but they've got Graham Turner there now, and hopefully they won't be as good as on the day. I've got a lot of good friends there still, being a former player. But
But no, it'll be a difficult game, but I'm sure we'll come out on top.
And I doubt they'll be as well turned out as you lot.
Well, looking at the lads, I don't know about a few of them now, but looking at the lads now, they've done well. They all look very smart, and a credit to the club.
Let's see the tape.
Time for one more photo. No matter what the names on the back of the shirts, if style counts for anything, Yeovil Town Football Club was well prepared to meet Stevenage Borough. Oh, 6 o'clock in the morning and a few rather bleary eyes. Anyone missing?
What do you think the score's going to be today?
2-0 today.
2-0?
Yeah, to us, of course.
Good. And how long have you been supporting Yeovil?
Oh, lots of years, 20 years, 30 years, yeah, a long time.
So where does today rate in the scale of all the big days?
It's the big day, yeah. They're going to win too.
So, because over the years, you know, we all know Yeovil have got a great FA Cup tradition, but they're never going to win that. But here's something that you're actually going to get your hands on, isn't it?
Oh yes, they'll get their hands on it, yeah, and we'll all be there to see it.
It's been worth the wait. So hopefully win this year and then win the league next year and get and play in Division 3.
What do you think it means to all these people here that Yeovil are in the final after all those years?
It's everything, isn't it? Look at them. And it means everything. We haven't won the league, so it's the only chance we get a bit of glory this year. First time, so enjoy it.
Because Yeovil have, over the years, have had a great reputation, but not a lot of silverware, really.
No, that's right. Always the FA Cup bridesmaids, really, never the bride. So hopefully today we can be the bride.
So finally all mounted the coaches and off we go. Chance for that last minute makeup just to make yourself look right for that special occasion or catch up on some sleep. Getting there. Villa Park, not normally used to all the green and white, but there was plenty to be seen today. And what's this?
Do you know the answer to who Stephen is yet?
No.
No?
No, Stephen who?
But they were around and making themselves heard. Some chose to relax before the game and get themselves ready, while others let the party begin.
Down the years, some famous faces have lifted the FA Umbro Trophy, and more than 3 decades after it all began, the lure of non-league football's showpiece event remains undiminished. This year, we're guaranteed a new name on this famous piece of silverware. Yeovil and Stevenage have never made it past the semis. Wayne Turner and Gary Johnson have done all they can. It's time now for the players to take centre stage. Are you prepared for the drama ahead? We're at Villa Park. It's the FA Umbro Trophy final, Stevenage against Yeovil. It has to be decided today, and the whole game is live right here. Wonderful scenes, these Yeovil fans. They've turned out in their thousands, all with one thing in mind, to see their team holding aloft this wonderful trophy at the end of the afternoon.
Non-league football showpiece cup occasion brings together two clubs who've never tasted a final before in this FA Trophy, now in its 33rd year. And what a big day, of course, for these players. The Yeovil squad here starting certainly firm favourites, given the fact that they finished some 15 points distant of Stevenage in the recently completed conference season. A third place finish for Yeovil, and league football very much on their agenda next season. But it's all about a cup final today, and certainly they have brought a wonderful backing from Somerset. Estimated to be around 15,000 fans have travelled from Somerset today to cheer on Yeovil, one of the most famous names in non-league football, perhaps the biggest club at the moment in non-league football. But Stevenage fans will enjoy their day for sure, and looking for the upset with in excess of 10,000 Stevenage fans here today too at Villa Park. Well, it's certainly cup final weather. We're blessed with sunshine and very warm temperatures here in the Midlands today. Whatever the weather, whatever the conditions, these fans were here to enjoy a super day out.
Must say, Kevin, it's a wonderful turnout, and the Yeovil fans packed away to our right-hand side. I mean, there are thousands here. It's lovely to see. I know in recent years it's been at Wembley, but bringing it to Villa Park, it's a nice setting for this, and the crowd today look magnificent.
So Stevenage in the red shirts, red shorts, white socks will get this FA Trophy, 33rd FA Trophy final underway here at Villa Park. The second trophy final to be played at this stadium following Canvey Island's surprise win against Forest Green last season, and certainly the side from the Ryman League turned the form book upside down on that occasion. And can Stevenage do the same to Yeovil here today? Early touch now for Siger, held up well by Tonkin. Clears, but not very effectively. Siger, a chance to get the ball in, the header! Oh, what a great save! Straight into the action there. Chris Wheel with a superb tip-over save to deny Kirk Jackson very nearly an opening goal inside, what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, it started from a poor clearance. Siger gets onto it, good early ball in, and that is an absolute tremendous save from Chris Wheel. What a great start for Stevenage.
In comes the corner. Robin Trott allowed a free header. Terrific opening there for Stevenage, and Sigur's cross was perfect for Kirk Jackson, and that's just the sort of service that he loves. Any centre-forward would love service like that, and Wheel with a magnificent save.
What a great start for them as well, and really taking the game to Yeovil from the off. Couldn't have done anything better, Kirk Jackson. It was a great header.
He's winning the aerial challenge again there, looking for Siger. Clearance away by Fraser.
Great point was the early cross as well from Siger. Anybody watching early in the game, you want to start a game on a high from a poor clearance by Anthony Tonkin as well. Just get the ball in the box. We've talked about it enough time. Just get it in there. What a great opportunity.
This is Siger. Now Evers. Squeeze for a little bit of space. Skiverton climbing highest. This is Lee Johnson looking for Crittenden under pressure immediately. And the ball thumped downfield and straight out for a goal kick to Yeovil, but midfield's going to be a key today. And I think when we saw Yeovil, Clive Walker at Burton Albion, although they lost the semi-final second leg, I think we were very impressed with the midfield four of Yeovil.
Yeah, very much so. And I think with Nick Crittenden playing on the right-hand side, Michael McIndoe on the left, they do like to get forward. And we ended up watching them at Burton, and they actually played with a front four for most of that game. And just makes you think that that's the positive way that Gary Johnson makes his team play.
McIndoe with the ball forward. There's some work for Stevenage at the back, and Goodliff, the captain, won an important header there. This is Clark, closely watched by Lockwood. Now Johnson. Stansfield making a run in behind Trott, who managed to get his angles right. Survivor of Stevenage's cup ties against Newcastle, very experienced at the back. Stevenage with Goodliff and Trott at centre-back. Not a good ball by Johnson. This is Siger, who's blessed with terrific pace and power. And McIndoe gets back to him. Good work by Michael McIndoe, who now comes forward with purpose himself. Stansfield ahead of him. McIndoe checks, and then picks out Fraser. Whether it was Pluck on the halfway line for Yeovil. Colin Pluck, formerly of Stevenage. Looks for McIndoe. Well watched by John Hampshire.
Good early running by McIndoe. He's run some 30-40 yards to chase back into his own half of the pitch. to make the challenge, and then he's given the ball back again, expected to run another 30-40 yards forward. It's nice to see. That's what they have to do, wide players. They have to track back, tuck inside and help out to defend as well.
And there's the man who's gone closest so far, Stevenage number 9, Kirk Jackson, with a terrific flick header from a Seager cross, and Wheel with a terrific save to prevent a goal in the opening minute. Adrian Clark will take the Stevenage free kick. It's a good flight on that as well. Skiverton, who got his head to it first, out as far as Clark again. Again, the ball played in early, and once more Skiverton's head is prominent. This is Trott, looks for Jackson. Tonkin under pressure here from Jackson. Kirk Jackson, who's just stepped out of league football with Darlington. He had a short spell up at Feetham's.
Again, nice to see early play by Stevenage, getting the ball in the box. And there's Gary Johnson, the Yeovil manager, looking on. I think he's a little bit worried in these opening few minutes, Kevin. It's been nice and positive from Stevenage, especially with those early crosses. I think they're looking to do that as often as they can.
Both sides taking some good conference form into today's match. Stevenage won their last 2 league games of the season, and Yeovil didn't concede a single goal in 3 straight wins in their final 3 matches, so form is good. Stevenage have had the better of the start. Hampshire with a throw. Looking for the movement from Seager. Throw in goes to Yeovil. Good climb by Goodliff. Now McIndoe. Forward by Pluck. Nicely taken on the chest by McIndoe. This is Tonkin. Good work from Tonkin. Trying to work a position away from Matt Fisher, and Fisher has been penalised. It's good progressive fullback play there by Tonkin.
Yeah, I think when they're going forward, Tonkin and McIndoe, as we've seen before, Kevin, they do link up very, very well. When one goes forward, the other one just drops in behind and gives support, and vice versa. They can both cross a ball as well. Very good crosses of the ball with their left foot.
First moment of danger perhaps here for Stevenage from Lee Johnson's free kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 green and white shirts inside the area, 2 waiting on the edge, but it's well defended by Stevenage, in by McIndoe. Nick Crittenden, key figure for Yeovil today. Previous league experience with Chelsea, played in the Premiership for them in 4 years at Stamford Bridge. Jackson looking for a little bit of space to win the header. Goodliff gets in there first. Wormel out to Fraser. Now Clark turning into some useful space. Clark. Good run from Wormel. Trapped all the way by Skiverton. The throw is given to Yeovil. The referee has given a... What does he want here? He wants the throw-in taken again, I think. Referee Neil Barry, so Adam Lockwood will oblige again. Stansfield looking early for Alford, who was well offside in the end.
Yeah, Carl Alford just going a little bit too early there. In fact, the wrong ball for me as well. Stansfield could have switched play to Tonkin, who was running into acres of space on this left-hand side. Just didn't get his head up to see that movement from Tonkin.
Goodliff drives the free kick forward, looking for Jackson. Comfortable defending for Pluck. Now Siger. Evers. Hampshire goes to ground as he challenged there with Darren Way. And an early injury here for the Stevenage right back. It's a brave challenge. He was challenged there with that man Darren Way.
Yeah, just seeing Darren Way, he's not the biggest of midfield players. Not frightened of a challenge though. He's gone wholeheartedly for this ball. Just leading slightly with his arm as he went. I don't think he actually threw an elbow or anything, just an unfortunate collision.
There's Wayne Turner, the Stevenage manager, who took over from Paul Fairclough back in February. His mind would have been set on preparing for his first full season as Stevenage manager. I suppose this trophy final came along as somewhat of a surprise, Clive.
Yeah, a bit of a bonus for him, wasn't it? I mean, I think that he played two cup rounds to get here since he's been the manager. So this is a bit of a bonus for him. And talking to him before the game, very much looking forward to next season and shuffling his players and getting 1 or 2 more players in for next season, just to improve on Stevenage's position that they ended up this year.
Well, no doubt Paul Fairclough will be watching on somewhere, the man who started this trophy trail for Stevenage. A legend really at Stevenage Borough Football Club, Paul Fairclough, over 2 spells. First much more successful than the second, of course. But some great years Paul Fairclough had with Stevenage. Now Crittenden taking on Fraser. It's a good turn of pace from Nick Crittenden. Fraser stuck doggedly to the task though. Good defending.
That's the first chance for Nick Crittenden to get the ball out of his feet and run at the defender, and he's taken him on well. Just didn't quite have enough pace to get past Fraser. Fraser stuck to his job well. It's a good one for Nick Crittenden, just to get the ball out of his feet. Maybe he'll be doing that a bit more often.
Lockwood with the Yeovil throw. Got some distance on it too. Missed by everybody. It's a chance and a goal! Carl Alford with a goal for Yeovil. It's his 5th goal in the trophy this season, his 13th goal of the season, and the man who was a trophy final loser with Witton Albion back in 1992, 10 years on, he gives Yeovil the lead here at Villa Park.
What a wonderful finish this was, overhead scissor kick. I think Carl will be pleased with that one. He's not renowned for overhead scissor kicks. At the end of the day, Stevenage didn't deal with the long throw. They've let it bounce in the penalty area. You can't afford to do that. And Carl Alford just using his strength to hold off the defender and just overhead. And what a connection. Bottom corner, great finish. And that's what he's good at, Carl Alford. Anywhere inside the penalty area, prolific at this level, and scores yet another goal for his memorable goals that he scored in the past.
Well, it came somewhat against the run of play after Stevenage's excellent start when they could well have had a goal themselves inside the first 30 seconds from Kurt Jackson. But it's Yeovil's number 9, Carl Alford, who's made the first breakthrough.
I think Wayne Turner will be disappointed with dealing with the throw-in.
Used to play his football with Stevenage. He had a short spell with Stevenage Borough, Carl Alford. And a big goal for him, certainly his most important of this season. Miscontrol there by Warmall, and Alford has got Stansfield on his way. Getting clear now, Adam Stansfield, and blocked by Trott. And it'll be a corner to Yeovil. It could have been somewhat more damaging to them had Robin Trott not got a block on there.
Again, Carl Alford causing all sorts of problems, this time coming off a little bit shorter, putting Adam Stansfield away. Gave the young player an opportunity just to open his legs, but Robin Trott stuck to him very, very tightly. Just seemed to run out of steam eventually.
McIndoe with the Yeovil corner, scuffed it rather. Easy clearance for Jackson. Now Johnson. Marginal offside there against Yeovil. It's an interesting one as Martin Yerby, the assistant referee on this near side, had the flag up.
Well, I think this was a very, very tight decision. He's actually given the free kick out wide, but it wasn't the wide player who was offside. And for me, the two in the middle who probably were offside, in an offside position anyway, weren't interfering with play. So for me, not offside.
Important 5-10 minutes now coming up for Stevenage just to settle themselves after going a goal behind. Terrific noise from the Yeovil fans away to our right-hand side. A terrific scene at the Holt End, and they've been starved a little bit of success, really. A massive club, so much potential, Clive, if they can eventually gain their league status.
Well, they are, and everybody in non-league football talks about going down to play at Yeovil. Everybody loves to play there. I remember from Yeovil from many years ago in the old ground, and the fear that came from playing there. But the new ground is absolutely magnificent at Yeovil, and everybody's saying with this promotion that they really do deserve to be up there in the Football League. They've been a good non-league side for many, many years.
Stansfield, his pace causing a problem for Goodliff too, waiting for the cross. It's a decent ball in and off the bar. Wilkerson, the goalkeeper, got a hand, and he got some help too from his crossbar. That was a terrific run, an eventual cross from that man Stansfield, and Wilkerson was in trouble for a moment.
And again, Stansfield's done very, very well. Gone round Goodliff very, very easily. I don't think his cross was the best. He's tried really to get it to the far post. Two players going in at the far post. He really has tried to get the ball in. And in the end, a good save from Paul Wilkerson just to hand it onto the crossbar.
More defending for Stevenage. Lee Johnson with the free kick. And the goalkeeper a little bit in no man's land for a moment. He came, but he made no attempt to challenge for the ball there. Stevenage were somewhat fortunate.
Yeah, strange when he makes a good save there, Paul Wilkerson, from the cross. This time from the free kick, he was never ever going to get there, and if the ball had been headed on, he was in no man's land. But he got away with it, very fortunate.
Not been a regular this season. Dean Greygoose, the veteran former Crewe goalkeeper, and Wilkerson have been vying for the #1 goalkeeping spot this season for Stevenage. Here now is Fisher, a little hasty with the ball forward and harmlessly through with Chris Wheel, who made that terrific early save and been attracting a number of league scouts. The Yeovil goalkeeper, only 20. Foot up against Crittenden, although perhaps certainly Stuart Fraser feeling the referee could have allowed the advantage there.
Yeah, I tend to agree with him. I think Stuart Fraser there got to the ball first. There wasn't any problems, and he had acres of space to run into. And Neil Berry decides to the free kick for the foot up.
Stansfield. McIndoe making the run for him here, and Hampshire's not sure of his angles. And eventually just had half a yard there, an important half a yard for the fullback on McIndoe. Pushing eventually though, given against Michael McIndoe.
I think what's good from Yeovil's point of view though is that when they are in that midfield area, and Michael McIndoe does push on, he's got lots of pace and pushes on, but Anthony Tonkin fills the space that he's come from, and I think if they're a bit more patient in midfield, they can just get the ball down and sometimes put it through, but sometimes play Anthony Tonkin, who's coming into that space, and they can keep the ball playing from there.
Problem here for Carl Alford. He doesn't go down unless he's got a problem. He's a tough cookie, Carl Alford. I think he'd be back for more.
He won't mind that too much. I should think the physio's on there probably reminding him that he's just scored. And knowing Carl, he'd be more than happy with that. So, mind you, as well as Carl is probably, wouldn't mind me saying this, he's probably not the most up and down type player, should I say, and a few seconds rest on the park from time to time.
Once the most expensive player in non-league football, Carl Alford, when his current manager Gary Johnson sold him when he was managing of Kettering. Gary Johnson sold Carl Alford for £85,000 to Rushden and Diamonds. But certainly a very good operator at this level. And his goal in the 12th minute separates the sides here in this second FA Trophy final to be played at Villa Park. Forward by Pluck. Deception from Fraser. This is Clark. That's a good ball. Beautifully played into the path of Fraser. Just got a yard here on Crittenden. And that's comfortable for Wheel.
Nice tidy little break this time by Stevenage. Fraser getting on the overlap. It's unfortunate his cross. He tried again, as we talked earlier on, just to put it in a little bit early. Unfortunately, a little bit close to the goalkeeper.
Well, 20 minutes gone. All the nerves will have disappeared now. It's just another football match, I think, for the players down there. Aware, of course, that a much bigger crowd than they're normally used to playing. But could yet be quite a tight final this. Certainly Stevenage have performed well here, although they are the goal behind. This is Goodliff. Seager. Fisher. Now Hampshire. Good work by McIndoe. Wasn't prepared to allow John Hampshire any space there, and his manager Gary Johnson was right down there close to the action, and fulsome with his applause there for McIndoe's work rate. Now Clark for Stevenage Borough. Can he squeeze a cross in? Yes, he can. There's a chance here now. Jackson. Now Fraser. Plenty forward here in red shirts for Stevenage. Fisher getting a touch on, but can't really get the touch he was looking for. Matt Fisher. Goal kick, Yeovil.
Getting some good pressure from Stevens. He's managed to keep the ball at this end of the park. A couple of minutes, couple of chances coming in, couple of crosses. Not the best of crosses, but Matt Fisher is one of those players who's box-to-box player. He does come up with the odd goal arriving late in the penalty area.
Seager. Forward by Hampshire, but never likely to find Evers. Alford. Oh, he got too tight there, Goodliff, and Alford rolled his shoulder beyond the Stevenage captain. But cross comes Trott to tidy up. Tonkin. Now Evers. Chance to feed Seager. Held it up well. Now Goodliff. Looking to open out the play for Stevenage to get Fraser going down that far side, but the pass just too heavy. Brave header there by Goodliff, and he might have a problem. Jason Goodliff just named the Supporters Player of the Year award at Stevenage, signed last summer on a free from Hayes after 9 years with Hayes. And, England's semi-professional international, Jason Goodliff. Trott with a free kick. Seager the target. Wins the header, but can't bring Jackson into it. McIndoe. Referee says foul by Alford. Just a quiet word there with Carl Alford from Neil Barry.
Yeah, I think just telling him to keep his arms down on the second challenge. I think Carl Alford thought that perhaps the first challenge on him was a little bit dangerous.
In comes across from Hampshire. Jackson well policed by Skiverton. Now Seager. This is Evers looking for Jackson, who climbed well, and Warmall just trying to find a way beyond Lockwood. Well, that was better, and when they do get the ball in there, certainly Seager and Jackson are an aerial threat.
Yeah, we saw Seager just a few moments ago. This time Jackson gets himself into a good position, but perhaps in there a little bit too early, and he just jumped too early for me. Couldn't quite get any leverage on his head up. In the end, just tried to flick it on, but they look dangerous, Stevenage, when they get the ball down with these early crosses. They look dangerous. Just worried a bit about Seager. It seems for me playing a little bit too much to the right-hand side, leaving Kirk Jackson up front on his own.
Crittenden, oh, he's lost out there, and this is Wormel. Oh, that was a good try from Simon Wormel. Saw it early, saw the goalkeeper wheel, perhaps a couple of yards off his goal line. Wasn't that far away.
No, he's done it so well there, Simon Wormel. He read the pass, didn't he? Saw that one coming, takes a touch, and then he sees the goalkeeper off his line. And Simon Wormel, I know from the past, he strikes a very, very good ball. I think he's actually gone for the strike there as opposed to the chip. Good vision by him as well.
Johnson loses out. Good work there by Fisher. Here's Wormel. Another good little spell building up here for Stevenage. Jackson goes to ground, but no real appeal from Kirk Jackson that there was any problem with the challenge, and I don't think there was either.
Again, a decent ball in as well, this time Simon Wormel. Just funny how I see Simon Wormel just checking back, and Wayne Turner there having a word with his players, trying to encourage them to get on the end of stuff, because they've put in a lot of crosses, Stevenage. Just wonder about a little bit about the movement from the front too. Sometimes they're in there just standing when they should be attacking the ball.
Fraser. Good tracking back there by Stansfield. Trott. Fraser. Wormel. Lovely pass to pick out Evers. Now Hampshire. Certainly playing with a lot of confidence here. Stevenage as Seager misses that cross from Hampshire. Clark trying to retrieve under pressure from Lockwood. Oh, and he got the lucky rebound off the corner flag there, Adam Lockwood, but Stevenage possession again. And Wormel again trying his luck from distance, but this time comfortably over Wheels crossbar.
Well, maybe a little bit of patience was needed from Simon Wormel this time. Had the players in the box, could have delivered the cross, went for the shot, and really got too far underneath it.
He's been getting forward to good effect, Fraser, in the last few minutes. A lot of good work's come down that Stevenage left. Forward by Johnson. Offering the run there to Stansfield. And all Goodliff could do to prevent the corner. Lockwood will step forward to take the Yeovil throw from where the Somerset side got their goal. Playing in his second consecutive trophy final, by the way, this boy Adam Lockwood played for Forest Green against Canvey. He was on loan at the time to Forest Green from Reading, but now a contracted player with Yeovil. And I think an offside decision given in there against Yeovil Town. I don't think the scoreline tells the story of the opening 28 minutes really, but Carl Alford's taken the chance that came his way. And here's a man who very much wants Stevenage to win today. 7,000-mile round trip from Ohio in the United States. £2,000 it's cost Ian Wood, 36 years a Stevenage fan, to be here today. And he's kicking every ball.
Well, that's dedication for you, Kevin, is it? You can't complain of that. Just wonder how many games he sees a season.
Seager, touch on now for Jackson. John Hampshire ushered forward towards the edge of the Yeovil penalty area, level with the edge of that Yeovil box for the throw. Gets the movement here from Evers. Seager, nicely done. Hampshire, shot on. And blocked by Colin Block at the expense of another Stevenage throw. Certainly looking like they might have an equaliser in them here.
That's a good attacking play by Hampshire, but I just wish he'd have picked out the pass. I didn't think the shot was on.
Some distance on the Hampshire throw. Goalkeeper comes, didn't get there. Clark with a volley. Now Goodliff getting forward. Fisher getting a touch on. No red shirt in attendance, and safely pouched by Chris Wheel. He clears early down the field looking for Stansfield. Good hold-up play by Stansfield. Johnson takes over. Stansfield again. Dug out the cross, but cleared by Trott. Oh, nicely done by Seager. Now can he break the next challenge? It was an important one and a decisive one from Pluck. He needed to get there to prevent Seager running free inside the Yeovil half.
Great challenge by Colin Pluck, wasn't it? Took no prisoners.
Ball still in. They're certainly giving us what as they're getting in midfield. Stevenage, we thought that was going to be the key area of the field. We're seeing plenty of the ball at the moment, trailing though to an Alford goal. And they have a free kick, foul on Jackson. And Skibberton.
Well, to be fair to Stevenage though, Kevin, they've come back quite well since the goal. Sometimes your heads can go down in big competitions like this for them, and they've come back well, and they've kept delivering crosses. It's caused all sorts of problems.
Free kick played in by Clark. Goalkeeper gathering at the second attempt to deny Seager. Early release for Crittenden. Held up well by Warmall, but Stevenage again emerging with possession. Here's Clark. That will be a throw for Yeovil. Both sides put plenty of professional preparation into the build-up to this match. Yeovil spent 3 days at the nearby Belfry Golf Complex and had 2 days training at Aston Villa's training ground. Gary Johnson, of course, was a former coach under Graham Taylor at Watford. Of course, Taylor now back in his second spell here with Aston Villa at Villa Park. So great friendships renewed there. And a free kick in a useful position now for Yeovil. Stevenage, for their part, spent a couple of days training at Tottenham's facilities and had 2 nights in the Midlands Hotel as well to get their build-up right for this big occasion for these 2 non-league clubs. First appearance for both Stevenage and Yeovil in a trophy final. Four green and white shirts inside the Stevenage penalty area. Might be a strike for goal here though from McIndoe. It's poor in the end. Comfortable for Wilkerson. Seager trying to use his pace against Tonkin. Forward by Fisher. Skibberton again plugging the gaps. Now Tonkin. Stansfield stealing a yard or 2 there on Goodliff, but Trott with the important interception. No real movement here for Hampshire. Jackson. Now Alford. Good first-hand pass for Crittenden. Good work by Warmall. Now Fisher. Seager with a header on. Jackson won't get there ahead of Skibberton. Let's look ahead to something you can enjoy with us on Sky Sports 1. First leg of the FA Youth Cup final, Everton against Aston Villa, Tuesday at 8 from Goodison Park. Alford, now Johnson. Useful space to work in here for Lee Johnson. Excellent running to his right from Crittenden. Getting away from Warmel for a moment, it's Nick Crittenden! And clearance from Trott with the ball beyond the goalkeeper Wilkerson. Ball driven in by Alford. And a routine save in the end for Paul Wilkerson. Good work by Johnson and Crittenden here.
Yeah, good run by Crittenden, wasn't it? Lee Johnson picking out the pass, just leaving it in there for him to run on to. Simon Wormel doing the chasing back when perhaps Stuart Fraser should have been there. And in the end, Carl Alford with the shot to go for the volley. And the shot deflected, and the pace taken out of the ball.
Alford. Too long for Stansfield. Fraser. Aimless ball forward that from Stuart Fraser. Out of play via Skiverton.
The game just seems to have gone into a bit of a lull at the moment, Kevin. I suppose it's to be expected in a cup final and on a hot day like it is today. But I think Yeovil, for me, just sitting as a back eight at the moment. 2 lines of 4, 2 banks of 4. And they're just using the odd occasional wide player, Nick Crittenden and Michael McIndoe, just to break from those ranks, but basically just sitting in and just saying, well, let's see what you've got now, Stevenage, see what you've got to offer.
Yeovil had a fantastic away record in the conference this season. They lost only twice. And had their home form been up to scratch, where they frittered away more than 30 points in their league season, they would have been up there amongst the Bostons and the Dagenhams, vying for the title in the conference this season. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they're installed as pre-season favourites next time round. They've already added to their squad. They bought Gavin Williams from Hereford, highly rated 21-year-old striker who couldn't agree terms with the cash-strapped Hereford United club, and Yeovil stepped in. Sloppy play at the back by Pluck.
I think it's the first time Colin Pluck's put a foot wrong, to be fair to him.
Good work here by Jackson. It's a referee given here as he called play back for a free kick, as Jackson was running free with design set there on a volley at Wheels goal.
We talk about sometimes with the referees, and I know it's been talked about in all the other leagues and the Premier League as well. I just don't understand why Neil Barry just didn't allow Kurt Jackson to get his shot away. It doesn't matter, you know, if he misses the target or what happens if he scores. If he scores a goal, surely he's got to give it. He could have given that extra second just to get the shot away, and he decides to blow the whistle and take away the advantage that Kurt Jackson had created for himself.
Well, it's quite a powwow going on amongst 4 Stevenage players around the ball. Little training ground routine here. 4 red shirts inside the area waiting for it, but it's going to be teed up for Warmel to drive. All the sting taken off the shot. Thumping challenge there on Trott by Johnson. Just about the smallest player on the field, manager's son, Lee Johnson.
Great challenge, wouldn't it? Well, one of the bigger defenders as well.
I think Robin Trott might have had the little black book out there and marked the number of Lee Johnson for later. Jackson squeezed for space. And another throw here for Stevenage Borough. Well, Hampshire preparing again for the long throw. Jackson or Seager will be the target. Clark in behind him and almost adjacent to the penalty spot for any flick on here. Defending's good though from Pluck. Back out with Hampshire. Didn't steady himself. And the ball in amongst the Yeovil fans behind Chris Wheel's goal.
Disappointing, wasn't it, from John Hampshire? His first touch letting him down. As the ball comes out, managers, as we see, barking out the orders to their players. And neither of them, in fact, in his first 39 minutes have sat down at all, Kevin. It's one of those games where they're going to be up close as they can to the pitch, and I'm sure they want to be out there playing as well.
Stansfield took that beautifully in his stride and couldn't quite pick out Crittenden. What a season it's been for him. He jumped 3 leagues to join Yeovil, and he capped that with his first England cap at semi-professional level. Adam Stansfield, he must be pinching himself to be playing on this stage. What a few months it's been for him. Now Lockwood with the latest of these long throws, which both sides have been adopting at regular intervals. Alford the target, got a flick on from the Stevenage head. McIndoe, no offside here. Alford, oh, and not far wide at the far post. Well, a mirror image really of where the first goal came from, Clive Walker, because Stevenage again allowing the ball to bounce.
Yeah, I think that's been their problem. They dealt with it the second time around, but this time, the third time around, and they're flicking it in there for themselves. Just not getting the ball away, not pushing up quick enough, just looking for offside. It was never offside. Carl Alford, I mean, he's very good in those areas. He uses his body, uses his strength. Ball struggling to come down, still gets his volley away.
Gary Johnson, who's been given the task of delivering league football to Yeovil by his chairman John Fry, and some distance away from it this time round, but I think they'll be there or thereabouts this time next year. Could well be 2 up from the conference. That will all be decided by the league chairman at their AGM next month, when it seems likely that the conference will finally get their way of 2 up and 2 down from the conference in the 3rd division.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to go that way, and rightly so in my opinion. I think it's something that's been screaming out for 2 or 3 years now, that the conference sides are a lot stronger than they were 10 years ago. They've got the money now in place, they've got their grounds up to scratch. It makes sense perhaps to put an extra team in.
It's proven really, hasn't it, Clive, how strong they are now with the conference sides that have gone up and done so well. Steve Cottrell's Cheltenham, of course, now a 2nd division club next season, and Western and Diamonds, of course, missing out against Cheltenham in the 3rd division playoff final. And the quality that we've seen on our coverage this season of non-league football, there's plenty of sides currently residing in the conference who I think would well and truly hold their own in Division 3.
Also the size of the crowds, Kevin, as well. There've been some magnificent crowds. I mean, not typified by today, but there's been some great crowds and some great atmosphere in the conference. And I think if you can push those clubs up and give them the opportunity to play at a higher level, then it's got to be done.
Well, it's been a good final. It's held interest right from the start. Stevenage have had some excellent spells, but they are the fans happiest at the moment, those who've travelled up from Somerset in their thousands to support Yeovil, and they lead through Carl Alford's goal in the 12th minute. Johnson. Fraser getting the better of Stansfield. This is McIndoe. Plenty of green and white shirts forward here for Yeovil. Crittenden trying to find the header for Stansfield. Little fall for Alford. Pulls his head back in anguish and knows he perhaps should have been testing the goalkeeper there.
This time a deep cross, and again not dealt with this time by Stuart Fraser. And as the ball bounces down to Carl Alford, not on his strongest foot, his left foot, but always willing to have a go. He'd be disappointed he didn't hit the target at least. Good touch by Gary Johnson as well.
Decent player in his time. He was at Watford and actually had a spell out in Sweden with Malmo, one of the first English players at the time to go out and play his football abroad. Gary Johnson. Here's Alford. Again, a little bit square at the back there, Stevenage. Alford felt he was blocked off there by Hampshire, nothing doing. So was referee Barry.
Yeah, I think he was just using his experience there, trying to inside a free kick in a couple of extra seconds.
Strong play here by Simon Wormel. Clark is running into an offside position. That was always likely to happen as the ball didn't reach Adrian Clark. I'm not quite sure he's watching the line there.
Yeah, he just went a little bit too early. It's a problem there for Simon Wormel. He's very, very dominant on his right foot here, and he needs someone on the outside. Didn't get the support play probably that he needed early enough, and Adrian Clark just going a little bit too early, but good play as well by Colin Pluck and Terry Skiverton, just talking to each other and holding their line very, very well.
Adam Lockwood makes some 15 metres progress down that right side for Yeovil. This time opts for the short throw for Crittenden. Can't link with Darren Way. Stoppage time, of which there will be 2 minutes. Still conditions absolutely perfect here. Hardly a breath of wind at Villa Park. Sunshine somewhat more watery than it was at kick-off time, but very warm, pleasant day in the Midlands. And a good final being served up here by Stevenage and Yeovil. Hampshire. Jackson will get there first. Fisher was offside, and it was a promising run from Matt Fisher. Need 1 or 2 more of those, I think, in the second half.
Yeah, we probably haven't seen enough, but better play by Stevenage here. And that's a tight decision, isn't it? I think he's made the wrong one. But Matt Fisher making a good time run into the penalty area. Probably, you know, I said it a little bit earlier, he is a box-to-box player, but he does come up with the occasional goal, and that's going to be very important if he can perhaps get into the box a little bit more often today.
Good climb there by Alford, and a very important stretch by Fraser. Now Pluck. This is Evers. Good touch from Seager. This is Wormel. Jackson wants the ball played forward early. He's just trying to check his run, though, to stay onside.
Yeah, to be fair though, that was good line by Yeovil, holding the line very, very well. And Kirk Jackson not too sure whether to go or stay, and in the end he didn't quite go, and they covered round, and Simon Wormel delayed the pass.
Final few seconds then of the first half here at Villa Park. This is Crittenden. Lockwood done well to ride 2 challenges there, and will earn his side another throw. Just be about enough time to take this. Adam Lockwood. Again, he's going to look for Alford. Referee not quite happy with the fullback's positioning here. Fraser with the header, hasn't got it out of harm's way. Eventually Trott obliges. This is Hampshire. Seager. Referee Neil Barry blows for half-time. There's the man who's got the only goal of the 33rd FA Trophy final, Carl Alford, scoring for Yeovil in the 12th minute. It came after a very, very good start from Stevenage, when Kirk Jackson very nearly scored after barely 30 seconds, denied by a terrific save from Chris Wheel. But this is the goal. Carl Alford with some excellent athleticism. The overhead scissor kick makes a difference at half-time, and Yeovil have the lead.
Now you can get the specialist tools you need just when you need them. At Bradford's Building Supplies, a number of our branches provide a comprehensive tool hire service with top quality tools, including Hitachi and Bosch. There is a use or return offer on consumables, and all tools are expertly serviced. We have a special long-term and weekend hire rates, plus a delivery service for larger items. Bradford's Building Supplies, proud to be sponsors of Yeovil Town and to have grown with the community since 1770.
1970, the first trophy final. 28,000 were at Wembley to see Macclesfield beat Telford by 2-0. And 177 clubs entered this season's competition, which began back in November with the first round stages. But it was the conference sides who were given byes until January's third round. And both these clubs beat last season's finalists, Jeff King's Canvey Island and Nigel Spink's Forest Green, both defeated in the fifth round by these two, as Yeovil and Stevenage Borough have reached their first respective trophy final. It's been a good match so far. Neither side has made any substitutions at half-time. The sunshine and the wonderful conditions and the splash of colour and a real cup final atmosphere with us today at Villa Park. And let's hope we get a similar game in the second half, Clive.
Well, let's hope so. And it'd be important for Stevenage, I would think, early on, just to sort of drive the ball forward, get at Yeovil. I think Yeovil have dominated most of the midfield area. And I think they need to sort of knuckle down in those sort of areas when the ball's going forward and hassle maybe the Yeovil midfield out of the ball. But also at the same time, they need to keep putting those crosses. I like the crosses, maybe slightly improve on them, as Steve Cottrell said. Just make the crosses better.
This is Seager. Good link up there with Jackson. And Clark might just get to this. Oh, and he just ran out of pitch, Adrian Clark. But a really good start, just like it was to the beginning of the match by Stevenage.
Yeah, and I think that's what they've got to do more often. I just think that Seager has put a fantastic ball in here. Great play. He's got the ball again in that wide right position. And here he's drifted a ball in. It would be nice if we'd have seen Adrian Clark just take a gamble, just gamble in across the box, because he's not the biggest. Wouldn't expect him to put a powerful header in at the far post. And when you're that type of player, maybe drive yourself across the penalty area and take a gamble and go for the low cross as opposed to the high one.
Well, I don't think it would be pretty unhappy Wayne Turner at half-time. Unhappy, of course, with the scoreline, but certainly not with the way that his side played and the view of Steve Cottrell, the Cheltenham manager. Stevenage the better side in the first half. Having said that, Yeovil scored once and also had 2 or 3 other good openings when Alford, just short of half-time, nearly bagged his second of the afternoon. A heavy challenge there on Seager by Pluck. We mentioned in the first half how Colin Pluck doesn't take too many prisoners, Clive.
No, that's a great opportunity for a centre-back here to win the ball, but also take the player as well. I mean, you know, he's been positive, Colin Pluck. He's gone for the ball, to be fair. It's a fair challenge, but it's a good opportunity. The ball's just hanging for a centre-forward, and they're some of the worst balls to take as a centre-forward, because you know the challenge is coming in. But I think as well, Colin Pluck and Terry Kiverton have been major parts of Yeovil's success this season, and they've done very well today as well.
Yes, they have. One real problem that they had, I remember, was back in round 4, when we can recall that Yeovil were 3-0 down in a 4th round replay away to Doncaster and came back to win it by 5-4 in an epic cup tie this season. And often that's the way, isn't it, when you look back on sides who go all the way and lift the trophy, and how close they were to going out, and so many stories down the years like that. Now Clark got away from Lockwood. Early ball seeks out Jackson, and safety first from Pluck. Corner kick.
Surprising now. I mean, they've got into a great crossing position again, this time with Adrian Clark. And for me, Seager must be fully 30 yards outside, well, away from the byline, still outside the box. And Stevenage have put early crosses in all day long. He should be attacking that far post area.
Clark's corner works it short with Simon Warmore. Clark to deliver. Good lift, got the header on, and again he's got arms outstretched there, the Stevenage captain, wondering why there was nobody gambling. That's the key word at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and a well-worked corner. He just finds himself that little bit of space. Really, that's where you need the goal poacher. Type like Carl Alford perhaps would be at the other end, but that's where you need the goal poacher when the ball's headed down. Not the cleanest of headers. Someone just to poke it in an open net.
Goal poacher like Barry Hales, of course. Clive, who used to play his football for Stevenage, and another regular scorer in non-league football, Darren Hay, who's not figuring in the Stevenage squad today, but he's here at Villa Park this afternoon.
Yeah, he is, Darren, and I played with Darren at Woking, and we had some great times working together, Darren and I. They've got a great scoring record, 1 in 2 in the conference, and any player that can score that many goals has got something about him. And Darren, unfortunately, injured for the last couple of months with a groin strain.
Here comes Stevenage again. Once more, they've got this early charge on, like the opening to the match when they nearly scored a goal. Jackson with a complete miss kick, Clark with the ball in, and eventually it's Skiverton who scuffs the ball to safety. The captain in the position A again for Yeovil.
Great to see, isn't it? Stevenage really having a go at Yeovil now, getting as many bodies in the box as they can, delivering crosses all day long.
Another one's coming here now from Wormel. Jackson flicked the header on. Fisher in there, trying to cause some problems, but away comes Tonkin for Yeovil. It's a clever little reverse pass into space here for Johnson. In turn, looks for Alford. Very good defending. He needed every inch there of his 6'2" and a bit Robin Trott. The whistle's already gone. It's going to be a free kick for Stevenage and against Carl Alford. There's going to be a Yeovil substitution as well, and Tom White is going to come on, and Colin Pluck is the player to depart, and clearly an injury there. Straight swap, one centre back for another. And Colin Pluck's final is over, but will he win a first trophy medal? We'll find out. But plenty of experience here with 26-year-old Tom White, who started games in the 5th and 6th round of this competition, now replaces Pluck.
Yeah, I would think he probably had an injury, and at half-time he's probably been sent back out just to see if he can run it off, or see if he can get through as many minutes as he can as a second half. But unfortunately for Colin Pluck, he can't continue, so straight swap. It'll be difficult for Yeovil. Hopefully they can be organised very, very quickly. Terry Skiverton needs to organise at the back now with Tom White, because Skiverton and Pluck have been very, very strong in that first half.
Tom White, who had 8 years at Bristol Rovers, so he brings plenty of experience to that Yeovil backline. Foul by Trott. Robin Trott, who captained Stevenage in those glorious cup ties under Paul Fairclough against Newcastle, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now, but still fresh in the memory. Still well in this trophy final. Johnson with the free kick, free header for Goodliff, helped on by Clark. Receives again from Jackson. Good running here by Seguer. Jackson free for a moment to his right. Just can't get the ball out of his feet though, as 2 Yeovil defenders surrounded Jean-Michel Seguer. Good control now from Wormel. Looks for Jackson, who won the header against Tonkin, but just couldn't get the direction or the purchase.
He was unlucky there, Kirk Jackson, wasn't he? He's just trying to find his space on that far side of the penalty area. And Simon Wormel again delivers the cross very, very quickly, and a great cross to that far post. Kirk Jackson not quite getting the leverage perhaps that he needed. Maybe if he could have directed it nearer a corner perhaps, that would have been more advantageous.
Well, if you knew nothing about the conference season this time, you'd be hard-pressed to think that it's the side who finished 11th in the last league table are bossing it against Yeovil, who finished 3rd. This is Hampshire. Wormel's in there. It's good work by Crittenden to close out Simon Wormel. And now Johnson leads the charge out for Yeovil. Good running from Stansfield. Got a chance to take on Trott. Breezes past him. Stansfield with a cross, but straight into the grateful midriff of Paul Wilkerson.
Yeah, that's a situation that Stevenage have got to be careful of, although they're obviously a goal down and they're trying to push for that equaliser. Always susceptible to the counter-attack. A break there by Yeovil.
Another foul against Trott. He's having quite a personal duel with Carl Alford today.
Yeah, it's a great little battle, isn't it? One of them backing in, one of them's coming over the top, and the referee's having to make the decision either way for every free kick that comes in.
They'd certainly be in the same division in terms of boxing. They'd both be in the heavyweight ring, wouldn't they? Alford and Trott. No quarter being asked for or given there. McIndoe's free kick. Goodliff with a good strong header back into the danger area by Way. Goodliff again, and Fraser bundled out of it by White.
Good ball in as well by McIndoe, this one. Lots of pace on it, lots of bend. And you just look at Stevenage sometimes, they just seem to me to be, as we talked about them in the first half, Kevin, they just struggle to clear their lines a little bit. And I think you know, Yeovil are aware of that, and they're putting as many bodies in there as they can, just trying to upset them, maybe get that lucky break, and maybe score the second goal.
Sigair with a touch on Jackson. Well watched by White. It'll be a Stevenage throw. Trying to keep the tempo high here. There's a stoppage though, because there's going to be another substitution. This time it's going to be Stevenage, and looks like Martin Williams is going to come on. Yes, he's stripped and ready. And Sean Evers hasn't really figured too much today, the man who is currently on loan from Plymouth, and he will make way. And Martin Williams, much more attacking midfield presence now, really a striker at times. Williams can slot into the right side of midfield role, formerly of Swindon, played some second division football last season, Martin Williams. And extra pace now to that Stevenage lineup in the shape of Williams.
One thing's for sure, this guy's got bundles of pace. He gets an opportunity to take on the Yeovil defence, I'm sure he will.
John Hampshire with the Stevenage throw, finds Sigair. Now Warmall, plenty of red shirts waiting for the cross. One of them was Clark, but he couldn't get there. This is Crittenden. Just off balance as he tried to lift it down the line to Carl Alford. Henry Johnson showing a little bit of anxiety there. It's not the 10 minutes or so in the second half that he'd have called for. And let's take nothing away from this brave and spirited Stevenage Borough performance here. Certainly deserving of an equaliser at this stage. Warmall. Williams held it up, waiting for the support of Hampshire, and eventually decided to take on Tonkin. Did well to squeeze in some sort of cross. It's not staying upfield very long for Yeovil. One back again by Hampshire. Good ball here now for Clark. Warmall, who loses out to Johnson, who releases Stansfield early. He's got the pace to get there ahead of Jason Goodliff. Support arriving now if Stansfield holds on. Johnson just closed out in the nick of time by Matt Fisher. Excellent midfield play by Fisher for a Yeovil corner.
Yeah, great tracking back by Matt Fisher. Has done very, very well to get all the way back. Lee Johnson makes a good little turn in the box. Again, as we said earlier, they've just got to be aware of the play, but they've got to take those chances, Stevenage. They need to get back into this game.
Michael McIndoe will take the corner for Yeovil. And the header in, and a chance, Skiverton, it's off the line. Desperate clearance, I think, by Matt Fisher in the end. And it was very nearly 2-0 for Yeovil, but Fisher was there to deny the Yeovil captain, Terry Skiverton.
Very, very good deep cross to the far post. And Terry Skiverton, his header, maybe if he could have headed it down. Well, good decision by the linesman, that didn't go over the line for me. Terry Skiverton with his arms up, he felt it did, but he should have scored, shouldn't he? 2 yards out, and he's headed it. If he could have headed it down, he probably would have scored, but he's headed it right into the midriff of the Stevenage defender.
Well, he's always a threat from set pieces, the Yeovil captain. Very nearly the insurance of the second goal there, which would have been somewhat cruel on Stevenage had it gone in. Crittenden forced into conceding the corner. Terrific backing from the Stevenage fans, a number of them behind the Yeovil goal, as Clark plays the cross in, and pretty well defended by Lockwood, out of the danger area for now. Fisher tussling with Tonkin. It will be a throw-in for Yeovil.
I think this is an important time for them, for both managers as well. Coming up to 15 minutes in the second half, and it's time now when they've had their game plan from the beginning of the match. They've had their half-time team talk. Now they've got to start making decisions. Does Gary Johnson for Yeovil shut up shop? What does Wayne Turner do? Does he throw caution to the wind, trying to get that extra goal back and possibly give another goal away at the other end? It's a difficult time for both managers. They have to sit and think about what they're going to do over the next 5 or 10 minutes.
There speaks a man who won 4 medals in this FA Trophy, Clive Walker. None of the players out here today have won a trophy medal, and desperate to do so, of course. Problem here for McIndoe.
I'll tell you what, I'd love to see this challenge again. I think Neil Barrett's made a mistake. I think this is a bad challenge from Matt Fisher on McIndoe. He's coming from behind. When I first saw it, I'd love to see it again if I get the opportunity, but Neil Barrett, for me, really, I think we see it again. Yeah, for me, that's a bad chance. Almost side on, slightly from behind. And he's not got the ball. That's a booking for me. Neil Barrett's allowed the play to continue, but Michael McIndoe looks like he's going to be okay.
Happy to take on some water as well on a warm day in Birmingham, where the second trophy final since this competition switched from Wembley after 30 years. And there you see plenty of the players taking on liquid now.
Talk about switching the game from Wembley. I was talking to Steve Cottrell before the game, and you know, when we played here with Cheltenham and the games I did with Woking, obviously, and he came up to me and he actually said it's not like Wembley, although it's lovely here and fantastic facility and a good crowd, but for all players who've played the game over the years, it's just definitely not like Wembley. It's, you know, somewhere where you always wanted to go and play. So I hope they do get Wembley sorted out, perhaps in the future, because it is a showpiece for a lot of players.
This is Wormel. Quickly into him though is Johnson, now Way. Johnson. McIndoe. Good run ahead of him by Tonkin. Picked out beautifully by McIndoe. A thumping challenge from Fisher. He's everywhere at the moment for Stevenage. Matt Fisher, who was a losing finalist in the FA Trophy at Wembley. He was in the Kettering side that lost 3-2 to Kentstonian. And is he going to be on the losing side again today? Well, that's far from assured at the moment for Yeovil, because Stevenage have got a goal in them, I feel, today. Williams. Ball a little bit untidy. Eventually Neil Barry just waiting to see if Martin Williams could make some sense of it there.
Just got the ball stuck under his feet, didn't he? And I think Neil Barry, to his due, was trying to give Martin Williams the benefit of the doubt that he might manage to get some sort of pass out, but he didn't in the end. And the free kick was given.
Jason Goodliff, the captain, has gone forward there wearing 3. He is the target. Jackson's in there as well. Clark. Just trying to work a corner here out of Lockwood, perhaps. Back here with Wormel. Goodliff will get there first. Lovely dummy. Jackson with a return. Oh, unlucky. Wormel's in quickly again. Brilliant work from Simon Wormel. And the Yeovil back line stands firm. Goodliff. Fisher. Goodliff. Just trying the little weighted chip ball for Williams, and McIndoe is doing enough there on Martin Williams, who felt he was being obstructed. It's a goal kick to Yeovil.
Yeah, this is the cross that came in from Simon Wormel. Not the best connection, but good little dummy there, little step over by Jason Goodliff. Fisher trying to play the return pass, didn't quite come off for them. Making something out of a poor cross. I mean, it's good play by Stevenage. And to be fair to them, they are trying to make a game of it.
But Yeovil dangerous on the counter-attacks as Johnson very nearly found the perfect lob pass forward for Alford. It was well seen by Wilkerson. Wormel. He and Fisher are generating and exercising quite a measure of control on midfield now, Wormel and Fisher. Offside given against Seager.
Well, wasn't it a shame Simon Wormel couldn't play this a little bit quicker? See Adam Lockwood there, just a little bit slow in pushing up. If Simon Wormel could have got the ball out of his feet, he can just help it into the area behind the Yeovil defence.
Stansfield, good turn away from Trott, goal! And what a moment for that young man, Adam Stansfield. 23 years old, climbing from the local leagues in Somerset to the big time with Yeovil and the big stage today at Villa Park. His 8th goal in the trophy this season, and beautifully taken. And Yeovil now will feel that they're on the way to winning the 2002 FA Trophy.
And a simple ball forward, wasn't it? Carl Alford getting the flick on, and Adam Stansfield, his first touch really made the goal for him. Great little first touch on his left foot, takes him in behind the Stevenage back four, and well, you won't get a better finish than that. There we see his first touch. A bit of pace just takes him away, and sliding it through the legs of Paul Wilkerson. That's a good finish.
Well, he scored in every round up to the semi-final. 16th goal of a tremendous season. And again, it came after a good spell for Stevenage. But I was saying just before Stansfield tucked in that second that Yeovil were always a threat on the occasional counter-attacks. But how well he worked the situation.
We said a little bit earlier about the possible counter-attack of Yeovil, where Stevenage were pushing forward, and it's come true. Really, it was a simple goal, simple ball forward, long ball forward, flicked on by the centre forward, and just Adam Stansfield getting onto the flick on.
This is Jackson. Hampshire. Williams, lots of space on this near side for Fraser. Now, can he find a telling cross? Cuts inside of Crittenden, who just got a foot there, but it's out with Clark. Lockwood in the way. Final quarter of the FA Trophy final. Can Stevenage find a goal from somewhere, give themselves a platform? Forward by Alford. Stansfield just appeared to run into Goodliff there, and the free kicks being given against the goal scorer. Second goal scorer for Yeovil. And these fans made the relatively short journey up the motorway from Somerset in full voice now. Seager trying to cause some problems for Wheel. There are none. Johnson, Crittenden. Extra pep in the step now of Yeovil after that second goal, in by Way. Hampshire tidying up with the aid of Goodliff. Now Williams. Wormel. and the Yeovil Town fans now, but Wayne Turner rather, the Stevenage manager, will be feeling pretty unhappy about life at the moment. But they are in joyous mood, and what a credit to their club they've been today, as indeed have the Stevenage fans who've made this a wonderful occasion off the field. The game on the field's lived up to it too. It's certainly had its moments. But they are fans supporting Stevenage and wondering how their side are going to climb the mountain they must do now. Forward by Trott. Stansfield. He's got a good run here from McIndoe. He's getting clear. It might be three. Saved by the goalkeeper, but Alford with a tap-in. No! Holds his hands to his face in anguish and knows that it was a glorious opportunity. And it went begging for Yeovil and Carl Alford.
And again, this time Simon will just not get into the bounce of the ball. He just runs away from him. Adam Stansfield then puts in Michael McIndoe. I think he's tried to actually pick out Carl Alford with the chip. And in the end, Carl Alford, well, what a disappointment there, not being able to put the ball in the back of an open net.
So Simon Wormel, who looked a bit leggy in that last period of play, has made way for Jude Sterling, who thought he was going to miss the FA Trophy final after he was sent off against Lee RMI, but it was viewed again on video, and the red card was reduced down to a yellow. That's why Sterling available now for Wayne Turner. Forward by White. Held on by the head of Alford, and Stansfield is clear again. The pace causing a problem for a moment there for Goodliffe, who did very well to get into a recovery tackle to deny Adam Stansfield the shot at Wilkerson's goal. Pace, isn't it?
Yeah, good pace, isn't it? He just got on the back of the last defender. Again, simple. Carl Alford flick on.
It comes across. Skiverton's in there. Tonkin. Offside. A little unlucky. He was just trying to pull into a wide position there, Carl Alford. But Martin Yerby up with the flag.
Feel the stuffing's perhaps been knocked out of Stevenage at the moment. They do obviously need some bit of inspiration perhaps to get back into this game. It's not over yet. 18 minutes to go yet. You just feel that they can get that lucky break. At the moment it seems to be all Yeovil. They look the confident side, obviously so.
This is Johnson, done well in a tight position. Green shirts are piling forward. Tonkin on the far side, brilliant way to pass from Johnson. First time cross, picks out only the head of Fraser. Now Alford. Johnson thinks about the shot. A little unlucky, but he's got good composure on the ball. 20-year-old Lee Johnson, son of manager Gary, was with his father at Watford. I tell you what, Gary Johnson can certainly pick a player, Clive Walker, because he picked he not only knows that his son's a decent player, but Adam Stansfield he picked out as well from junior football in Somerset, and what an acquisition he's proven to be. Now DJ Campbell has come on for Jean-Michel Siguer, another player blessed with terrific pace for Wayne Turner, but he needs a hero from somewhere.
Yeah, DJ is one of those players I've actually managed to coach a few years ago in Queen's Park Rangers Youth Academy, and got tremendous skill on the ball, plenty of pace. And for me, on the ball is where he wants to be. He's got to get the ball into his feet, in and around that penalty area.
Well, let's go down to pitchside and hear from the Stevenage Borough manager Wayne Turner talking with Greg Whelan.
Wayne, you've made your changes, but how do you think you can get back into this final?
Well, we tried to keep the game tight for the first hour. The first goal's killed us. We've had to open up now, so it's going either way. We need to get a bit of pace at the front and a bit of width. Martin Williams needs to get on the ball. The young DJ needs to get on the ball now. So we've thrown all my cards out. We've had a right go at it now. So it's a bit of an open game, which I didn't want, but we've had to do it to get a goal.
You're not giving up just yet, are you?
No, not just yet. You get one goal here and that crowd will lift us again. So we need to get a goal, and it's going to come by Martin Williams or the young lad who's just come on.
Thanks so much, Wayne.
And here is DJ Campbell, one of those players who's just come on. Williams. Just important that Yeovil got the block on the first cross, but here's Hampshire. Thought about the shot for a minute, closed down quickly by White. This is Williams, beyond Jackson. DJ Campbell couldn't get a sure touch. This is Matt Fisher. Decent ball in. And Williams getting a touch. Nobody there but White, but it's not away conclusively by Yeovil. In again by Williams. Johnson clears, only as far as Fisher. Leaning back as he tried to keep the volley down. But one or two moments, nervy moments inside that Yeovil penalty area. Perhaps Martin Williams didn't make the best use there.
No, I think he made the wrong decision. We see the ball coming in. And again, Jackson causing the problems. Martin Williams doing well to go on the end of that one. And this is where he could have just laid it off for DJ Campbell, but he didn't. He decided to go back onto his right foot. And in the end, the cross was poor. Just making those right decisions at the right time. And for me, Stevenage just in and around the penalty area. They haven't quite got on there. Maybe they've not had that little bit of luck, perhaps, that they deserve.
Strong work there again by Alford. That upper body strength comes in very handy on occasions. And there's a ticking off here for Matt Fisher. Just a word of admonishment, no yellow card.
Yeah, he just felt that perhaps the yellow card might have come there. Matt Fisher just venting his anger at Neil Barry.
McIndoe making a mess of the free kick, and here's DJ Campbell. Got some space now to attack Crittenden. Campbell attacking the byline. Crittenden stuck to his task well. It's a corner. Good work by Crittenden there to hold out DJ Campbell.
Yeah, he's defended well, Nick Crittenden, when he's had to. Every time there's a free kick, he's one of the guys that goes back as a midfield player. And he's stuck to his guns in this game.
Adrian Clark with the Stevenage corner. And header towards Wheels goal from Robin Trott, but no real power in the header. Road to Villa Park began for Yeovil with a 3-1 win at Tiverton, and that amazing 5-4 fourth round replay win at Doncaster. And they beat Jeff King's Canvey Island in round 5, Northwich, and then Burton Albion 5-2 in the semi-final. 18 goals scored along the way by Yeovil. And they bagged another 2 today, 1 each for the strikers Alford and Stansfield. And has them very much in pole position to win their first FA trophy.
This is one of those times, Kevin, I mean, we brushed on it a little bit earlier. Like Barry Hales, you know, at Fulham now, who made the climb from conference football to the Premier League. And from his time at Stevenage, he was prolific. He scored lots of goals in the conference. And wouldn't Stevenage like someone like that? Or perhaps Darren Hay, who we talked about earlier, who scored lots and lots of goals at conference football. You know, it's those type of players that perhaps you could just put on as a sub maybe, or perhaps play from the start. But unfortunately for Stevenage, those players are well, Darren Hay's not fit. Barry Hales is long gone.
I think the figures suggest, don't they, Clive, that if you're going to have success at any level, you need a striker who's going to get you 20 and beyond a season. And you look at Jackson with 10 and Seager with 12. I mean, Jackson hasn't that long been at Stevenage, to be fair to him, but you've got to have somebody at 20 and beyond, haven't you?
Absolutely, and I know, going back to a few years ago, with the players, well, when I was playing, you know, I got 20 goals plus every year. Always helped Woking with their games and the trophy runs and everything. If you can get someone who gets more than 20 goals, you're always going to be there or thereabouts. And obviously that's a suggestion for next season for Wayton. I'm sure he's aware of it, that he needs to find someone like that, whether he's got the money or whether he can find someone to do it.
Lovely sporting handshake there between Alford and Goodliff, as Alford was okay after the treatment. Stevenage still desperately seeking a goal here now. Fisher. Clark will get there first. Fraser. Clark again. Loses out to Skiverton. Jude Sterling with a Stevenage throw. Now, what distance can he get on this, given the positioning of some of the Stevenage players? Plenty of distance. And the goalkeeper came and got a hand to that, Chris Wheel, and has conceded a corner. 10 minutes plus stoppage time for Stevenage to provide the great comeback here. Good lifts in there, so too is Trott. Neither could get a touch, and away by Tonkin. Here's DJ Campbell. Now Williams. Decent ball in, good lifts there, but so too is Lockwood, who, under a lot of pressure from Jason Goodliff, has had to concede another corner. Good ball in.
Yeah, good defended as well by Adam Lockwood. He's come across from his right back position and covered for his central defenders.
Clark with a corner. By the head of Tom White. Strong play here by McIndoe. Stansfield. McIndoe wants the pass inside, but Stanfield feels as though he's got the pace to get beyond Fraser. Oh, and then chopped down by Matt Fisher, who's been testing the patience of Neil Barry a bit today, Matt Fisher. And this time he will get his yellow card.
Yeah, I think he's got no chance of getting away with that one. Although I personally don't think he meant to bring him down. I think it's just his sheer involvement in the game and his enthusiasm, his work rate has just taken him into the play, and the play was just a little bit too quick for him. But you can't say he hasn't got endeavour, Matt Fisher.
McIndoe with a free kick. Comfortable defending for Stevenage, who trail 2-0 in front of a Villa Park crowd today for this 33rd FA Trophy final of 18,809. Clark. And too strong. The ball forward for Jackson. Miscue by Fraser. Another Yeovil substitution, and Andy Lindegaard is coming on. Nick Crittenden makes way, and fulsome applause for him from the Yeovil fans for his hard-working performance. And Yeovil-born Andy Lindegaard today will mean a lot to him, particularly come up through the youth ranks with the club. Comes on for Nick Crittenden, and immediately Lindegaard into the action. His chip ball in finds only the grateful hands of Wilkerson. Hard to see it now, Clive. Stevenage are going to reduce the deficit.
Well, I think so. I think we talked about it a few moments ago about having someone who might just pinch a goal for them. I think that's been the problem for them today. I just haven't seen anybody perhaps who might give us that one goal that they need. They've worked very, very hard, Stevenage. Done a great job for Wayne Turner, but I think it's the fact that they haven't got a prolific goal scorer has probably been their failure.
Again, Alford and Trott involving in a bit of wrestling, and it went against Alford.
Yeah, back to the Giants, wasn't it there? But Carl Alford, for me, was never going to get in there behind unless he fouled.
Stevenage have had so much of this match, but that extra little bit of class, certainly in the second goal scored by this man Stansfield, has been the difference. Good support play here from the full-back Tonkin. Held up well by Fisher. Tomkin not in any great hurry to take the throw in. And comes across, waved by the head of Goodliffe. Way, looking for Alford, but Fraser in the way. Here's Carl Alford though, linking with Lindegaard. DJ Campbell. Ball won well by Darren Way. He's got through his usual prodigious amount of work through that Yeovil midfield. Stansfield providing the pressure there on Fraser. Yeovil going to make another switch. And off will come Carl Alford. Well, he was a loser in the trophy final 10 years ago. He looks very much like he's going to be a winner in 2002. The man who opened the scoring makes way now for young Chris Giles. Highly promising striker, just 20 years old. And the last 5 minutes or so for Giles now, replacing the tired-looking Carl Alford.
He's played well though, Carl Alford, for me, and has shown that he's still got the ability and the hunger to score goals at conference level.
This is Hampshire. Fisher. Jackson. Sterling. Now Fraser. Jackson with his arm raised in the middle. He is the target, wins the header. So too importantly for Yeovil did Tom White. Now Johnson. Looking for Giles. And the free kick is against Chris Giles. Let's look ahead to some more football that you can see. Tuesday, 8 o'clock, Goodison Park, FA Youth Cup final, first leg, Everton against Aston Villa. Some of the nation's brightest young talent on view there. Clark. Sterling. Fisher. Hampshire to his right. Four waiting for a cross. Yeovil fans going through their repertoire of victory songs now. They feel that this is well in the bag now. Flag up, and it is against Stevenage. Jackson's worked hard for little reward today. How different it might have been if that early header had gone in after just a little over 30 seconds. Brilliant save from Wheel, which kept Jackson's header out. Giles winning a header, Fraser with a defending. DJ Campbell. Now Fisher. Driving those tired legs forward. He's really worked hard for the cause today. Matt Fisher finds Clark, who looks for Jackson. Excellent goalkeeping by Wheel. Took all the pressure off his defenders there, the young goalkeeper. Showing why he's so highly rated.
Fantastic save, wasn't it? Great take from the cross. Just what you want at this stage of the game, late in the game. You just want your goalkeeper to come and take it.
Man of the match is down to you, Clive, today.
Yeah, and for me it's Adam Stansfield. Matt Fisher's done well for Stevenage and Carl Alford also for Yeovil, but Adam Stansfield for me, he's run the line superbly well, and what a good young bright prospect, and well, the goal as well, great finish for the goal.
Gary Johnson's lost none of his touch in spotting youth players when he was the head of the Watford Youth Academy for a number of years before he stepped up to first team coaching duties under Graham Taylor. Adrian Clark with the Stevenage free kick, and Goodliffe was coming in there at pace but denied any opportunity for a header on goal. Goodliffe winning possession back again for Stevenage. Sterling trying to muscle his way into a prominent position, but no problems in the end for Wheel. Full credit to Stevenage Borough, Clive Walker, for the effort that they put into this match and their ability at times in this game where they've really taken the match to Yeovil.
Yeah, they have. I think they've played very, very well, Stevenage. I think Wayne Turner can take some satisfaction from it. I know it's difficult when you lose in a cup final. He'll take some satisfaction into next season. He's only been in the job 2 or 3 months, and I'm sure after today he'll go and pat all these players on the back and say you're a credit to the club and to yourselves, and I think that's all that they can be at the end of a game. But unfortunately for them, I think Yeovil probably had that little bit of instinctiveness in front of goal, just that little bit of an edge. Perhaps we talked about the opportunity early on, the header from Kirk Jackson, and Chris Wheel was equal to it. That might have made a difference, but I think that Stevenage have made a great game of the occasion.
2 minutes, as you saw, of stoppage time to be played. And can one of the Yeovil players find a moment to look back on now on their day out at Villa Park? Lee Johnson taking the free kick responsibilities. Oh, and bringing out a good save by Wilkinson. That was a good save. It was heading for the top corner from Lee Johnson.
Well, it would have been the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? The manager's son scoring a goal. Great effort, wasn't it? And Paul Wilkinson equal to it as well. Good save.
Into the final minute of the 2 minutes allotted stoppage time. Hampshire might just have played Stansfield in here, and he has. There's real opportunity now for Yeovil. It's Lee Johnson! Well, having come so close a moment or two ago, he could afford himself a wry smile in the position that Yeovil are in, so too can his dad. But that was not what father was expecting there, or son.
Well, I'm sure his dad won't let him forget that for a little while. What a great opportunity for him to put it in the back of the net. Unfortunately, took his eye off the ball. I know sometimes in the conference they can blame the pitches, but they can't blame this one, Kevin.
Certainly can't. Second cup final in 24 hours after the FA Vars final yesterday. Vars final won by a team from my original neck of the woods, Whitley Bay. Used to play against them years ago, but this has all been about the highest level of non-league football, and Gary Johnson celebrates with his backroom staff, his assistant Steve Thompson down there amongst the substitutes, Wayne Turner amongst the first to applaud and shake the hand of Gary Johnson. But Carl Alford, a great moment for the man who got the first goal for Yeovil Town today, and Adam Stansfield, the man of the match, who scored a brilliant second. But he's a winner this time round, Alford, 10 years after losing in the shirt of Whitton Albion. But great scenes now as the Yeovil players embrace one another in the centre of the field, and they can enjoy this day now, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a party. Yeovil Football Club win a cheque, incidentally, for £12,000, but it's the trophy that means everything. And there is young junior Alford, who can enjoy his day today as well. And I think he might have a number 9 on the back of that shirt if he's got any number, but he hasn't at the moment. But he'll be looking to follow in the footsteps of his dad. And they've been a big noise on the non-league scene, Clive Walker, for a lot of years now, and Yeovil finally get their big day.
Yeah, they have, and I think with a team like Yeovil, they can only go from strength to strength. And we like to think they'll be pushing for the conference title next season. They had a good go at it this year. Unfortunately, didn't quite get there. But well, the team they've got, we've seen them a couple of times coming up with a good side, maybe a couple of additions, and they can go on to better things.
What a moment for Adam Stansfield. He couldn't have dreamt a few months ago of being here at Villa Park. There's the two goal scorers, Alford and Stansfield. And that's a picture you'll be seeing in a lot of newspapers tomorrow, I'm sure. Tremendous scenes at the Holt end of Villa Park. It's been quite a sight today. It's been a mass of green and white. They've come up in their thousands. They have been the dominant number in terms of support inside this near 19,000 crowd at Villa Park today. And Gary Johnson going across now to applaud the Yeovil fans for the terrific support that they have provided. But full credit too to who, a lot of them have stayed to survey the scene here today. Disappointed that they are, that their side has not prevailed. But Yeovil, it'll make a difference, I think, psychologically too, to their conference season next time round. I said earlier, Clive, I think that they're going to be amongst the favourites, if not the favourites, for promotion next season, and a big psychological lift to go into the new campaign, I'm sure.
Absolutely. The players, obviously, after a long, hard season with a great finish, and Gary Johnson, part of that team, you know, he's everything to them. You know, they all appreciate what he's done for them. And I know, talking to one or two of the players, they're really looking forward for next year already. And I think they feel that perhaps, although having won the trophy this year, they feel that the conference title is a distinct possibility for them.
But you must feel for the Stevenage Borough supporters who've come here in their thousands as well, and still smiling amidst defeat. Well, Gary Johnson, in his first season as the manager of Yeovil Town, has delivered a trophy. The holy grail for this Yeovil Town Football Club is league status. Huge potential for the Somerset club if they can make it. He's got a very demanding chairman, well, they're all demanding really, but John Fry in particular of Yeovil, who simply implored Gary Johnson to deliver league football to these supporters, and well, they're going to give it a right good go next season.
I think also logistically where they're based as well, Yeovil down in Somerset, and of course the teams down there, the big teams down there like Plymouth, and you know, they really do need league football down there. Plymouth have already got it obviously and doing well. To give them another team like Yeovil would be fantastic for the area.
Well, let's go down onto the pitch now and hear from the jubilant Yeovil Town manager, Gary Johnson. He's with Greg Whelan.
Gary Johnson, your first piece of silverware as a manager, what does it mean to you?
Well, it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to those people behind us. But most of all, it's a group, it's a club. You know, we wanted this trophy for our club, and right from the tea lady to the chairman and the board of directors, we wanted to win this for them. And the club's been waiting 30 years, and we're so pleased to get so near. We didn't want to say so far, we got so near and we won the cup for them. And as you can see, this is what it means to them, and I'm so pleased to be the one to get it to them.
You came here, the brief was get success for Yeovil. This isn't bad, is it?
Well, it's not bad, is it? And it certainly looks like success to me. And they've been fantastic all season. And I'm sure they'll come and support us. This is the start of next season as well. So hopefully we'll keep these people happy, and hopefully they'll join us at the start of next season.
How is this for an occasion? How is this for an occasion?
It's been an unbelievable day, seriously. I can't believe you look around here, the fans that are here today. I think that's the third or second division the fans wouldn't bring as much as this. But it's an amazing occasion for the boys, for the manager, for myself. Really, we've just gelled together this season, and to win this trophy so early has been a great achievement for the boys and the fans and the whole club.
Although Stevenage had a lot of the ball, put you under a lot of pressure, were you ever in any real doubt you were going to get the result?
I think the first goal really settled us down. They had a good chance early on, the keeper made a great save. After the first goal, the lads felt a lot more confident half-time, and we felt as if we were more solid and compact. So I think after the first goal we felt really relaxed, actually. Congratulations, thanks for your time.
Nice Yeovil accent there, that's Scott Michael McIndoe. Long periods of the game, they chased it against Stevenage. They had a measure of control in quite a period in both halves of the match, I think, Clive Walker. But when it mattered, as we've said, Yeovil had the class.
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, and that's what happens in front of goal. If you've got that ability just to tuck it away, it makes a big difference. As Michael McIndoe said there, you know, the first goal settled them down. I mean, I think people like Terry Skiverton, Colin Pluck in the first half, Tom White went in and did a very, very good job at the centre of the defence. you know, the good players there, they held them together.
Well, you won 4 trophy medals, Clive. We've given it enough plugs now. Tremendous record. You share it, incidentally, with Matt Crossley. I'm sure you remember. They won it twice with Kingstonian and twice with Wickham. So brilliant achievement from Matt as well. But the losing captain, Jason Goodliff, none of the players out here today had won a trophy winners medal today. There had to be losers, but these are brave losers, Stevenage Borough, no question.
Yeah, they are, and this is a disappointing end for them. You know, they'll go to their fans when they've picked out their medals. They'll be pleased that the fans were here on the day, but they'll be so disappointed when they walk into that dressing room. It'll be very, very quiet, and in contrast, you know, the Yeovil players will be jubilant. It's a lovely feeling.
But now it's all about the winners. From Somerset, Yeovil Town Football Club are the FA Trophy winners for the first time in their history. And the players step forward now to kiss the trophy, pat the trophy, and very shortly to receiving their winners' medals, which will be taking up a prized position in those Yeovil household tonight, because it means a lot, an awful lot to these players. This is the pinnacle of cup competition, of course, at non-league level. Gary Johnson receives his memento for the day as well, and as Greg Whelan was saying, his first trophy as a manager, and a very handsome trophy it is, the FA Trophy, and we'll have a new name carved on it after today, the name of Yeovil Town Football Club, and for the first time they lift it in the shape of their captain, Terry Skiverton. Yeovil Town are the winners. It's been a long way to the final. Thoughts, I'm sure, and my thoughts earlier in commentary, Clive, were on that 4th round replay at Doncaster when they were 3 down after 50 minutes, and a tremendous recovery. And it's all been about that, hasn't it now?
Well, it has. When you look back at games, I'm sure Gary Johnson will look back on his trip to Villa Park, and he'll be thinking about games like that, 3-0 down, and you think, well, you know, we're out of the trophy for this year, and then they managed to get 5 goals somehow. And you know, he'll look back on that sort of game and say, well, maybe that's where we started our road to winning this trophy. But he's done a great job with them as Gary, and not only are they a good side, good to watch as well. They've got some great individual skills, great individual players, but they're well organised.
But he's not only a terrific coach, but proving to be a successful manager now, Gary Johnson. And you just wonder what this club can go on to achieve next season, and if the conference do duly get their 2 up and 2 down next season, that'll be, I think, ratified by the Football League chairman in June at their AGM. But they're like schoolboys out there at the moment, these Yeovil Town players. Carl Alford looked absolutely shattered about 15 minutes ago when he came off, but all the adrenaline pumping through the veins now.
Well, to be fair, Kevin, this is probably the best bit. Once you've played the game and it's all finished, this is the best bit. Taking the trophy to the fans, you know, and just enjoying it with them, because that's what they're all here for, to enjoy the occasion.
Well, it may not be Wembley anymore, where you won't run round with the FA Trophy. It may be again in the future, but they're not too worried about it at the moment. This is a big stage for non-league footballers. Villa Park, Birmingham, staging its 2nd FA Trophy final. But this time the favourites have prevailed, unlike last year when Canvey Island of the Ryman Premier beat Conference Forest Green. But it could have been so different had Conference taken the opportunities, had Stevenage taken the opportunities that came their way. Well, let's go down to pitch side now. Greg Whelan with Adam Stansfield.
Adam, that second goal, To what extent did that finish the game today?
Well, it finished them off. We needed an extra goal. Gaffer said we needed 2 goals all the time, like before the game. So it just put a little bit of ease for the defenders and that, and ran off nicely.
You were man of the match today. Many, many congratulations. Yeah. Can you believe how far you've come? A year ago, you were playing in the Western League.
Yeah, big shout out to Elmore, boys! Yeah, I can't believe it. In 4 months, I've come fucking miles.
Where's it gone? England, semi-professional, and now all of this.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I can't believe it. It's brilliant. All to Gary Johnson, he's done wonders for me. Brought me on leaps and bounds.
Thanks very much indeed. Congratulations today.
A very excitable Adam Stansfield with Greg Whelan, and he's got some way to come down from that planet he's on at the moment, hasn't he?
Well, he has, and I'm sure he will. I'm sure Gary will have a word with him, but let him enjoy it, let him savour the day, and probably the evening as well, and perhaps the early hours, but I'm sure he'll have a great time this evening. But again, you know, they look back to the start of next year from now.
Well, let's hear again for another of the jubilant Yeovil Town players. Greg Whelan's with Carl Alford.
Carl, 10 years ago you were a loser. This time you're a winner. How does that mean?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Brilliant crowd we've got today. I'm absolutely delighted. Great for the fans. I'm so pleased to get the goal as well. And I put Adam in for the second. But you just got to look around the place. It's absolutely fabulous. It's what they deserve. Fans have been brilliant.
How much of a highlight is it for you? Not only the goal, not only the game, but you had your family here with you as well.
Yeah, that's right. The family's here. It's been a brilliant day all round. Up to the preparation, right to the final. I can't speak highly enough for the club. They've really looked after the players. I'm just so pleased for the fans. It's their day out now. They can go and enjoy it.
Gary, when you were appointed manager of Yeovil, the board made it clear they wanted success. This isn't a bad way to start, is it?
No, it's a good way, really. You know, obviously our number one is to get back into the league, or get into the league, but certainly a good second is to win the Umbro Trophy, and our supporters, this means a great deal to our supporters, and as we've got further into this competition, we've just grown and grown with enthusiasm and support and everything, and it was a must-win game. There was no way we could have come away from this game as losers. I don't know what we would have done, but we did it for our 20,000 fans. We've got 15,000 fans here, but probably another 15 back in Yeovil, you know, in all the bars and things. So we've got a great couple of days to come. The club deserves it, the supporters deserve it, and I'm very pleased to bring the Umbro Trophy to them.
You were facing Doncaster in a 4th round replay. You were 3 goals down. Could you possibly imagine today?
Well, one of our coaching sessions is the visualisation type stuff with getting the right mentality, getting our mental fitness as well as our physical fitness. But I must admit it wasn't on my mind at 3-0 down. 5-4 was a fantastic achievement, and I think at that point, scoring 5 goals in half an hour, we thought that maybe it would be our year.
You're much travelled, both as a player and as a coach down the years. In terms of your career, your CV, what does this mean to you personally?
Well, it's the biggest thing that ever happened to me right now, obviously. You know, you can't think back. I've had some great days on the international scene as a Latvian manager. Had some great days with Graham Taylor at Watford. My own days at Cambridge and John Beck, we had some great days. So, but they all go in the bank of memory, and this one's here today. So I'm going to enjoy this one, and it will put it in the memory bank for another time.
You mentioned your old boss, Graham Taylor, of course, manager here at Villa Park, and you trained on Villa's facilities in the lead up to this game. Was Graham a big help in the preparations? Graham
keeps very, very neutral, always. He's the master at keeping neutral. So Graham did us a favour, to be fair, where we was using their training ground for a couple of days. But he's very diplomatic, Graham, and he made the best team win, he would say. But he's been a great help, just the fact that I've worked with him over the years.
Just looking at the game briefly, Gary, you got into your stride, obviously, once Carl Alford opened the scoring, but there was an anxious 10 minutes to start with.
There was. We always seem to get Chris Wheel in the game early. It's a ploy of ours. No, it's not. It'd be nice to be. But he always comes up trumps with that first save. You know, he prepares right. And to be fair, I think our boys finished very strong. You know, I thought we looked fit, we looked strong. And at 2-0, obviously, you can almost start enjoying it the last sort of 20 minutes. But I was pleased because then you're able to get your subs on and they can have a taste of it. And our 3 young lads that come on, it gives them a bit of experience for the future.
And how pleased were you with the overall performance? Because it was very much a game where you soaked up pressure and then attacked. Your strength was doing them on their break, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have a tactic of sitting back or going forward. If we haven't got the ball, we try and win it back as quickly as possible. When we have got the ball, we try and keep it and create opportunities. I was pleased with the amount of opportunities we created, and I thought we defended in and around the penalty area very well. I think you've got to give credit. Stevenage came out. It's a cup final to them. It's not going to be an easy game today, and they treated it like a cup final, and they had their chances. The game was open, both ends, and you know, if the best team won on the day, then terrific. I think it just about did, and certainly the 2 goals were, you know, graced the final.
You've had a great day, if I may say so. You look a little bit damp now.
Well, you know for sure that I thought they had a bit more respect for me, but I was obviously wrong.
Congratulations, thanks very much indeed.
Oh, thank you.
This party is just beginning.
Except the Yeovil bubbly was locked away on the coach. A dubious cocktail of beer and water proved to be just as refreshing.
Why are you giving it?
As you can see, they're a bit rowdy. It was a long throw from Adam Lockwood.
Squeeze that shirt over there. Hey, this is a fucking game.
Terry Skiverton's flicked it on.
Terry Skiverton, by the way.
It's just bounced, and I've got a scissor kick on it, and it's gone in. To be fair, very delighted.
Best feeling in my career so far, you know. It's just something I've not dreamed about, but you know, it actually went too quick for me because I picked it up and before I knew it, someone had took the trophy off me.
A dream come true in every sense.
Well, Adam, I think it was 5 or was it 6 days ago, we did this interview before and you were sitting here and you said, I'm dreaming of being the man of the match and having scored in the final, and what did you do?
Yeah, it was last Tuesday. Mark later had us out here doing our visualisation techniques and that, and I came in here and sat down to visualise getting the man of the match after scoring and then winning the trophy.
Is that spooky or what?
It's very spooky, yeah. I didn't really think I was just like doing it to please him sort of thing, but it works and I'm going to definitely do it again.
The players are obviously very happy. I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud to bring back...
Monday morning, and after the pleasurable weather on the Sunday, what a day. Still perfect weather for an open-top bus ride, methinks. Never mind about the weather, has to be done, so here we go. Perhaps time for a song.
Come on, boys, singing in the rain.
Not so good for the hangovers, though.
Near the best of weather, is it?
Steve, this is probably not quite what you imagine the victory tour to be in all this weather, is it? But still, at least you got your hand on the trophy.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? We're all going to get wet, so what? We've got the trophy here, and hopefully we'll see some people in a minute.
But you in particular, it's been a long time coming, this, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's you know, we've got close a few times in the 4 or 5 years I've been at Yeovil, but it's great to win a trophy, and all the boys are winners now, you know, and we want to carry on being winners.
So the celebrations obviously were good last night, but they're going to continue right through the day and for weeks to come, I expect.
Yep, all summer, there you go. There's a group on tour to Faliraki who should... I don't think they're going to be allowed to take this with them, though, because I can't see it coming back from there.
Well, I think it needs a bit of Duraglit or something on it at the moment, doesn't it?
No, it's great for us to win this trophy, and we're just all going to have a great few days now and a great summer. But we're not going to forget, like coming back next year, we want to be more successful.
Yeah, so you add the conference trophy to this one.
Yeah, that would be, even better. To win the conference, obviously, would be even better, and we know how good yesterday and today's feeling, and so if we win that, that'll be absolutely magnificent for the town, the supporters, and everyone connected with the club.
Brilliant.
Have you spotted anyone yet?
No such problems as the bus turned into Preston School with the winning team. Still, there's better things to do on a school day than science. Lovely chance for a few autographs.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris, come in here.
Excuse me! Listen to Chris! Can all Yeovil Town players please come back to the coach? Brilliant.
To support Yeovil and
too true. Bless their hearts.
What about the welcome that everybody's given them?
Lovely, isn't it? Yeah, just a job. They deserve it, mine.
Yeah.
They've worked hard.
Proud day for Yeovil.
Very proud day.
Yeah.
You've not got the right hair on to be on TV then.
What's the matter with my hair?
Johnson's had a fantastic first season in charge, third place in the league, brought in some fantastic players. And Sophie, nobody else has ever done that for Yeovil, So, I mean, what first season? It's fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Johnson speaking, and I'd just like to say thank you very much for what a fantastic turnout this is. What a fantastic turnout yesterday. Fantastic. We are very proud of our support, as much as I hope you're proud of our team. And I think we all deserve this special occasion, so congratulations to everybody and thank you very much. Thank you.
Child, but just move on.